shy to look at us. Windows half open, night air breathing slow. Your voice is quiet but it pulls me closer. Like gravity learned my name. Your hand near mine, not touching, but the space is louder than words. Every second stretches like time doesn't wanna interrupt. We don't rush, we just stay in this moment where the silence says what we don't dare to. Your eyes tracing lines like you're reading a secret written only tonight. This midnight between us feels deeper than oceans. No need for fire when the air already burns. We move like shadows, close but unspoken. Every breath saying, come a little closer. This midnight between us, soft as a whisper, dangerous in the quiet. When nothing touches but everything does. But everything does. Yeah, but your perfume on the edge of my hoodie. I pretend I don't notice, but it's already everywhere. Street passing slow outside, but in here the world is still. Your knee almost against mine, like a question neither of us answers. I watch the way you breathe, like waves landing the shore, in and out, pulling me further than I planned. No promises, just the way you look at me, like we're standing somewhere we can't explain tomorrow. Your fingers draw circles on the sea, not on me, but my pulse follows anyway. This midnight between us feels deeper than oceans. No need for fire when the air already burns. We move like shadows, close but unspoken. Every breath saying, come a little closer. This midnight between us, soft as a whisper, dangerous in the quiet. When nothing touches but everything does. But everything does. Everything does. If the night had a heartbeat, it would sound like this. Slow, heavy, almost too much. If this is just a moment, why does it feel like falling without moving? This midnight between us, no one else sees it. Just you and the silence holding our secrets. We don't cross lines, we just stand beside them. But the way you look at me feels like we already did.
We'll walk the same streets we did for now. Breathe the same air, live different life. Your world moves close enough to touch, but never close enough to be mine. I hear your name in rooms I pass, see your light from where I stand, like we're part of the same horizon, just drawn by different hands. So near I could almost reach, so far I don't even try. We're parallel lines, running side by side through time, close enough to feel the other, never meant to intertwine. We share the same direction, same sky, same sorrows. You build a life that fits your steps. I watch mine stretch beside, not chasing, not holding, just moving with the tide. Love doesn't always mean collision. Sometimes it means understanding the space where parallel lines, moving forward, staying apart. Your story runs beside my own, but never through my heart. There's peace inside the distance, even when it aches at night. Where parallel lines, close enough to see, too far to hold tight. Oh, maybe that's why it feels this deep. Nothing broke, nothing lies. Some connections aren't meant to meet, they're just meant to run side by side. We're parallel lines, and maybe that's alright. You exist within my world, just never in my life. No ending, no goodbye, just space we can't rewrite. We're parallel lines, still moving in the same line. You always spoke in plans that had weight, things you could hold, things that could stay. I spoke in feelings, in late night maybes, like the future would shape itself around us. You looked at love like something to build, I looked at love like somewhere to fall. We stood in the same place, different worlds. I saw forever in your eyes. You saw questions in mine. I am just a dreamer, living in moments that don't always last. You needed something you could lean on, and someone learning as it goes. I am just a dreamer, reaching for hands that need the ground. You chose a life that won't disappear, and I can't blame you now. You said love shouldn't feel like a risk, it should feel like coming home. I was still trying to find the door, still calling distance growth. I gave you promises shaped like clouds, beautiful but hard to hold. You needed walls, a roof, a future, not stories waiting to unfold. I loved you in the only way I knew, but it wasn't the way you needed. I am just a dreamer, standing on edges you walked away from. You chose mornings that feel secure, not nights built on hope. I am just a dreamer, watching reality take your hand. You picked the life that stands up straight, while mine was learning to stand. Maybe in another time where I was braver, more defined, but love doesn't live in what ifs, it lives in what can stay. I am just a dreamer, you were always real. You chose a world that holds you steady, I chose a way you made me feel. I am just a dreamer, and maybe that's all I'll be. But loving you was the most real dream ever felt to me.
said things we didn't mean, in voices that didn't sound like us. Your keys hit the table harder than they should. Silence filled the room like smoke. You stood by the door like you wanted me to stop you. I stayed still like I didn't know how. Two people waiting for the other to soften, both too tired to be the first. We're not strangers, we're just hurt and hurt. People talk like they don't care. Call me in the morning when the anger loses its voice, when the night stops choosing sides and we remember we had a choice. Call me in the morning before pride tells us to let go. I don't wanna win this fight if it means losing you for good. I walked past the couch where we said forever, like it was just another word. Your sweater's still on the chair, like you're coming back in a minute. I know you're driving with music too loud, trying not to feel what we said. I'm sitting here replaying every sentence, wishing I chose love instead. We built too much to let one night rewrite everything. Call me in the morning when your heart isn't on defense, when we talk like the people we were before the walls went up again. Call me in the morning when the world feels less like war. I'll still be right here like I've always been before. We don't have to end like this, over words we can't even remember clearly. Love shouldn't be this fragile, but it's still ours if we handle it gently. Call me in the morning when missing me feels louder than pride, when you reach for your phone without thinking and let your guard slide. Call me in the morning. Call me in the morning. Call me in the morning. We don't have to be done. Let tonight be just a moment, not who we become. I still remember how you take your tea, even though I never made it for you. Some details stay without permission, like they decided they belong. You once said mornings feel heavier in winter, that you think too much before the sun comes up. I don't know if that's still true, but I hope something feels lighter now. It's strange the things the heart keeps safe without trying to. I care about you in quiet ways and thoughts that don't ask to be seen. I don't reach across your life, I just hope it's treating you gently. If love can exist without a rival, without needing a place to land, then maybe this is what it looks like, holding someone softly okay. You don't have to carry everything alone. I can see the way you never talk about. You move like you used to being strong, even when you're close to breaking down. You smile like it's second nature, like letting someone in might change the air. But you don't have to hold the world together. Now when I'm standing right here, you don't have to prove you're enough. You already are. Let me love you when your strength runs low, when the night feels longer than it should. Let me be the place your heart can slow, the quiet that feels understood. You don't have to shine for me. You don't have to fight to be seen. Just let me love you as you are. Nothing more than breathing. I don't need the version you show the world. I don't need the brave face you wear. I want the thoughts you hide at midnight, the parts you think nobody would choose. You can leave without apologizing. You can stay without fearing the fall. If your faith in love is tired, let mine carry both of us for now. You don't have to earn a place. You already have one. Let me love you when your space runs low, when the silence feels too loud. Let me be the hands you don't let go, when doubt starts closing in around. You don't have to be perfect here. You don't have to pretend you're strong. Just let me love you as you are, like you belonged all along. Not every love asks you to change. Some just stay. Let me love you when the world feels cold, when you forget how much you're worth. Let me be the one who holds every quiet part that hurts. You don't have to give me more than the truth of who you are. Just let me love you, and I'll never be too far. Oh yeah. My morning start with a screen lighting up a dark room. Your face before the sun reaches my window. I watch you talk about your day like it's ordinary, while mine pauses just to listen.
You don't know this voice exists, this quiet life, this small apartment, this routine. But you walk through my hours anyway, like a light through a place that doesn't get much. I know the distance has a number, and my name isn't in it. I'm one in a million, calling your name in the dark. One more heartbeat in a crowd you can't see. You smile at cameras, and somehow it feels personal, even when I know it isn't meant for me. I don't confuse this with something real. I know where I stand in your sky. Still I carry you through my ordinary days like a dream. I don't try to wake from. Learn your schedules like they affect mine. Come backstages, cities I'll never walk. I celebrate your wins in a quiet room, clapping where no one hears. Some nights I wonder who you are when the lights go down and the noise fades. If you ever feel small like the rest of us, or if the world feels different where you stand. I don't need to be seen to feel this. I'm one in a million, whispering your name from a place your life will never cross. Your voice reaches me across oceans, and somehow that has to be enough. I don't ask for more than this, just these borrowed pieces of you. A connection made of air and light, still real in the ways that move me. Maybe love doesn't always mean holding. Maybe sometimes it means witnessing, being glad someone like you exists, even if you never know I do. Tomorrow I'll wake up the same, a long coffee, quiet street, and you'll shine somewhere far away. Don't know where you made it easier for me to breathe. I'm one in a million, whispering your name from a place your life will never cross. Your voice reaches me across oceans, and somehow that has to be enough. Talk to people like you never had to prove anything, like the world met you halfway. Think about what to say for too long and miss the moment most of the time. You walking like you belong anywhere. I check if I'm standing in someone else's space. You laugh without covering your mouth. I've been careful since I can remember. You don't try to be impressive, that's what makes it worse. You're too good for someone like me, not in a dramatic way, just real. You're built for bigger rooms, brighter plans. I'm still figuring out how to stand still. I like you more than makes sense, knowing nothing about this lines up. You're the kind of person people choose, I'm the kind they almost see. You say things like you expect to be heard. I rehearse texts and still delete them. You make life sound possible. I've been negotiating with it. You're kind in a way that isn't performance, and that's the part that gets me, because you probably treat me gently even while I'm out of place beside you. I know admiration doesn't equal belonging, still doesn't stop it. You're too good for someone like me. You move forward
trust the road ahead of you. I check where it could break. I don't need this to become something. I just needed to admit it's there, that I like you in a quiet, unrealistic way. And that's probably where it's safe. Some people are meant to be lived with, some are just meant to be witnessed. You're the second kind for me. I've been carrying this sentence for a long time, turning it over like something fragile in my hands. Every version of it sounded heavier when spoken outside my head. We stand here with years between us, like distant screw roots instead of fading. You look at me with familiar eyes, but I don't know what they hold anymore. There are questions that don't ask for comfort. I learn how to function without saying your name, but absence is not the same as release. Some feelings don't disappear, they just stop demanding attention. Stand close enough for history to breathe, far enough to belong to another version of now. I don't want to disturb your peace, but silence has been louder than rejection. If this is the last honest moment we get, let it be honest. Do you still love me? Somewhere beneath the life that replaced us, did we matter beyond convenience to you? Was there something permanent in what we had? I'm not here to reopen doors, only to understand the room we left. Do you still love me? The way I never stopped. I can live with no, I just can't live with never knowing. So before we become strangers with history, before this moment passes like the rest, look at me without protecting me and tell me the truth. The air feels different tonight, like the world decided to be gentle with you. White fabric, quiet steps, steady breath. You look like someone who chose to be brave. I remember when your dreams sounded different, when forever didn't have a face yet, when we spoke in maybes and soft plans, like time would wait for us to grow into them. I thought love meant holding on. You showed me sometimes it means letting
letting someone step into the life that makes sense. You're walking towards your forever, and I'm standing in the place we used to call someday. Your hand fits perfectly in a future I was never meant to hold. There's peace on your face, the kind that comes from shoes and wetlands. I thought I'd break watching this moment, but somehow I'm just quiet. Because loving you also means knowing when I'm not the one beside you. I see the way you look ahead now, not searching, not unsure. He stands where your real life begins, and I finally understand. We were a beautiful idea, soft and finished, full of feeling. But you needed something that could stand in daylight, not just live in the safe corners of hope. I was a dream you held gently. He is the ground beneath your feet. You're walking towards your forever.